Like,
it can be rooted in fact and
Look,
still not be 100% fact.
Look, I liked Super Nintendo way more than Sega Genesis. And, you know, there's somebody be like, what?
No,
I grew up on Sega Genesis.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's blasphemous.
Like we were just talking earlier today. Like you've had every PlayStation.
Yeah.
I haven't had a PlayStation since PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So I still play either one of them, but I'm not about to sit here and argue about which one is better.
But you understand there are people that they do that.
Yeah.
That is their thing. I remember when it was like 360 versus PlayStation 3, I was like, I don't have time for this. I have both.
Yeah, I don't care. I just want to play a video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope that
only thing and I don't even jump into it anymore.
I don't care.
Is the whole Android versus iPhone thing.
That one's,
And that's just because as an intelligent person, I know which one is superior.
because you're speaking from fact in that aspect. I literally commented something on TikTok yesterday where there was these two women that were arguing about like, I don't know. I there's no way that I could, people with Androids like, ew. I'm just like, and I was in the comments like, the funny thing about this is that Androids are better in every single aspect of, except for maybe like people that are used to the iPhone.
They're used to the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, that's it.
But this is the thing.
People that have iPhones are snobs. I'll openly say that.
Yep.
Yeah, but you know what? When I talk to people,
Say it again.
People with iPhones are snobs.
We're good.
But when the thing is, when I talk to people who have that whole Apple versus, I was like, okay, so how many shares of Apple do you own?
Oh,
Like you act like you own shares of the company. You could own probably 3 or 4 if you didn't buy the iPhone. But y'all don't want to have that conversation.
They're too expensive. For
tough.
no reason.
Smart people know what's really going on. So I'll just leave it at that, and I won't even say which one I use.
Shouts to Jackson in the comments. It's a ... Is Jackson out here? Are you
talk to us. Tell the truth now.
You're not.
iOS
Well,
user.
majority of
you're
the
an
people
iPhone-y,
are
huh?
iOS users.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
And they just give them, and I actually sit back and watch. You know the Michael Jackson meme where he's eating the popcorn?
Yeah.
I sit back and watch when the new iOS comes out and all the people that have Apple products complain about what it doesn't have. I just sit back and watch and just laugh every single time the update comes out.
do they complain about what it doesn't have, or they big up what it has that was already on an Android phone?
I see certain people that say, oh man, I wish it would have had this, or I wish it would have had that. It's cool, but I wish it would have had this. And I'm like, y'all brag so much about this product, but
Look, I
shout out to Jesse.
I hate, like I said, I hate to be all Dr. Boyce Watkins, but like I said, do I
Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Do I like Xbox, the ecosystem, better than the PlayStation? Yes, I do. But I also invested in I was gonna buy the new Xbox. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna buy a couple of shares instead of buying the product.
I did like the online on Xbox better than the PlayStation, because the PlayStation was free.
Yeah,
but they had a lot of problems.
Yeah, it was free until PlayStation 4 came out.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with it, but then again, I don't even remember what it was like to play on PlayStation 3. So
I just remember it was free, but it got hacked at one time. And
you a snob. You actually a snob for that comment. There's somebody out there that's playing on a PlayStation 3 that's happy.
I have a PlayStation 3 still.
Yeah.
I tried to hack it. I failed. But
I still have every game system that I've ever owned.
I don't.
That's tough.
Shoot, me and my brother, we sold our Sega to buy a PlayStation.
You should have kept that Sega.
I remember I gave my NES to my cousin.
We sold the NES.
And I remember at one point I was like, why did I do that? I should have kept. I had some good games. I had NES Advantage. I had a Game Genie.
I still got my NES.
Didn't have Mortal Kombat though.
Sure didn't.
And then I had
NBA Live 95.
I had a Sega Genesis. I had a Sega Genesis and a Super Nintendo, but I got rid of them once PlayStation. Once I saw NFL Game Day, I was in like Tekken 2. I was like, oh no, we're not doing this no more. And I got rid of them little systems.
Super Nintendo was better than Sega though.
The reason I would give it that is like it had a 6-button controller out of the box, and like there was just stuff that Sega was trying to do with all these add-ons, and it didn't make the games any better than what Super Nintendo could do.
I always feel like Sega and PlayStation are like the Android. of the.
Here you go. Here you go.
You know, and NES was always just kind of like the.
Don't do that, man.
And Nintendo was just like the Apple.
Come on, man. Come
now,
on,
Xbox is a little bit
know.
different because I feel like Xbox.
I had them both
ways.
though. That's why, like, I would have the Nintendo stuff, and my brother would have the Sega stuff.
You just like Super Nintendo because it just works.
Oh, it always works. Yeah,
It's
Super
just
Nintendo
like
works.
an iPhone.
I like the Mario games.
No,
I ain't gonna
'cause,
say.
But if you knew how to program your Sega,
Because with
Yeah.
with Super
Don't do that.
with Super Nintendo, I could have the best version of Mortal Kombat.
Talk
2,
to him.
The
Talk
best
to
version
him.
of Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Talk to
The
him.
best version of NBA Jam Tournament
Talk
Edition.
to him.
On top of having Star Fox.
Yes.
On top of having NHL hockey.
Yes.
Like
I didn't like any of those games except for NBA. Except for
you didn't like Mortal
you
Except
didn't
for
like
my-
Mortal Kombat 2.
no, I don't like fighting games.
Oh,
Like they're annoying to me. I hate any game where somebody can just smash buttons and beat me.
That's not
It
how
takes
Mortal
some
Kombat
skill
2
to
worked,
it.
though.
It took some skill to
Yeah,
smash
those
them
that,
buttons.
that smashing buttons that didn't come along until like people you'd have girls in the dorm that would just want to hop on Tekken 2 and just
you
smash
had, to
buttons.
you had to understand what was going on with
No,
Killer Instinct.
you had to
brother.
know them patterns.
with Mortal Kombat
Facts.
2 and Street Fighter. You couldn't just show up to and hit buttons. You would get
I
washed,
did play Mortal Kombat 2 though. I did. Yeah, that was pretty good.
You know.
Jay Moore said
But
that.
the thing is, like, this was the thing, like, and this is why, like, when they put out the updated like mini systems or whatever, the Sega Genesis joints just don't hit the same. Is because sports games was really what popped on Sega Genesis.
That's right.
That's
like
what I
the Joe
played.
Montana football
Hell yeah.
and
That's what I
and
played all the
NHL
time.
'94 and their versions of FIFA were always better.
Yeah,
Bruh,
them mini
my-
Nintendo systems, they sell out immediately, and then if you want one, you got to pay double or maybe even triple.
Yeah, and that was like, well, I got all these games.
Joe Montana football
NBA
94.
Yeah.
I played the hell out of that game.
You know, the sport, like I said, we talked about the sports game that came out on Super Nintendo, Bill Lane Beers basketball. You get that.
Here
out
y'all
here.
go, man.
The
Here y'all go.
NCAA football game, y'all remember that one?
Yep.
On Super Nintendo. You could actually play as HBCUs on there too.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that long?
No. I didn't know what an HBCU was back then.
No,
All right,
but
man.
yeah. So, but once again, it's an opinion, man. Don't come. There's someone who will want to fight me in the street over the Sega Genesis. Like, sir, did you didn't work at Sega?
Yo, I want.
It's not that serious.
I hated Sega Genesis for the simple fact that Buster Douglas was promoting it on the Genesis Does
Here we
commercial,
go.
and I was a Mike Tyson fan,
I was stupid. I don't even remember.
so I was
But
like,
he
man, screw a Genesis.
Look, and the thing is, and this is the wild thing. Like,
Yo, he really got
like,
mad though.
They
Yeah.
took a game that was already done and was like, we could put Buster Douglas on the cover. And the game was
Yeah.
trash. It was a game called Final Blow.
It wasn't better than Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Never
No.
will be.
But I tell you what,
he sure beat him though.
Yeah. Well,
Here
don't
you
nobody
go.
talk about his game.
But then
or him.
But you know what? As soon as Buster Douglas lost, they was like, come on over here, Evander Holyfield.
Right.
I did play that game.
Now that game was fire on SNES.
No, the Evander Holyfield was on Sega.
Fight Night was
Sega.
fire though.
No, I thought it was on SNES.
No.
Am I tripping?
Evander Holyfield
Nah,
was
that
on
was on
Sega
Sega.
Genesis.
Was that
And then
Sega?
they had
That
the
was
greatest
Sega.
heavyweights game that was dope.
Okay, I'm tripping.
Fight
Okay.
Night though was fire. That was on both platforms.
But then on Super Nintendo, they're going to show up with Riddick Bow Boxing.
Don't do.
Yes.
That's the one I played that though. I played Riddick Bow
Because
Boxing.
it was basically the same as the Holyfield game.
Yeah.
I used to like the WWF Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that was a
I
good
played
game.
the hell out of that game. You
I
throw
played-
people out the ring.
I played, there was one on PlayStation called WCW versus the World.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
And like you could play like the Japanese wrestlers. I remember there was a dude on there called Masahiro Chono.
Who?
Masahiro Chono.
Spell it.
I can't spell it, but I just thought that was a smooth ass name.
I used
No,
to play
UFC had a game.
WC World Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, that was fire.
I love
UFC
it.
had a game on Dreamcast though.
Oh yeah.
I love that Lone knows all of the intros and this and how they sound when they come on.
World Championship Wrestling.
I remember we used to think it was
think
amazing
Sting-
that it just talked to you.
Yeah. I think it was Sting was on that, and like,
Oh yeah.
who's the dragon guy? The
Jimmy,
no.
the Dragon Steamboat,
I don't know. He's like a dragon or something. He was pretty good.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
There you go.
No, I don't think he was. I don't know.
That's an
I don't
OG
know.
wrestler
I don't
right there, though.
Yeah, he was on there because he had left the WWF and went to
I couldn't tell you.
that whatever wrestling was.